At the start of the month, Victoria's First People attended a forum to discuss the Commonwealth's constitutional recognition proposal.
The government's put this together, but it needs to be owned by us. And someone said yesterday that self-determination is about asserting our ownership. And maybe that's what today could be about.
Constitutional recognition was rejected in favour of a treaty.
Constitutional recognition is simply warm and fuzzies for whitefellas, to be quite honest. It makes the whitefellas feel good.
These elders pushed for a treaty over recognition and have formed a working party to establish its terms.
What came out of the meeting was that if any framework's going to be done, it's going to be black lead. It has to be, right?
Recognition is a distraction, but you can park it in a treaty process. Of course we want to get rid of racist constitutions and racist laws. So what we do, we park it in a treaty process, and there's a chapter in a treaty just on that sort of aspect. And but it shouldn't be the main game. The main game is sovereign treaty and reparations for all the injustices.
The state government says it will begin treaty talks at the end of February.
At the end of the day, it's pretty disappointing that we're in the year 2016 and we, as a Commonwealth country, don't have a treaty or a national arrangement with our First Peoples. And in fact, Canada have been doing it for a long time. New Zealand have successfully done it, and it's time for Australia to step up. We'd heard loud and clear before the last state election that this is something that was really high on the agenda for Aboriginal Victoria. And it was something we committed to in the lead up to the election, and that is to look at options for treaty and recommendations to the federal government to take on options.
In 1835, Melbourne founder John Batman claimed Wurundjeri elders signed these deeds, which agreed to exchange the land from Geelong to Melbourne for European goods. The New South Wales Governor Richard Burke almost immediately overturned it. Elders hope a new treaty will be more enduring.
We as Victorians have been very politically active in terms of whether it be land rights or even in native title. We've sort of been, I suppose, the leaders in that. But I go back to the question that Gary raised was, who's going to lead this? This is the big question.